Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread for Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. And hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Make sure you subscribe and hey, give us a thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. And hey, as we always do, we'll visit with the cappers, see how their weekend went here on the long weekend we had. As we always do, we got Mondays pending, so we finished up the Sunday slate. Tough way to end the weekend there on a couple, but hey, it is what it is. Let's start the week winning here. As always, let's head on over to the cappers and see how they're doing. And then we'll get to the three plays we got rolling here on this Tuesday. And over to Ramon. How you doing here on this Tuesday, Ramon?
Yeah, we needed an extra day for all that exciting Memorial Day weekend sports action. So we're ready to get it going here. Kind of a short week, but what a weekend of action in the playoffs and our other sports as well. And ready to go here on Cover the Spread.
Definitely me as well. I don't know, Al. How are you doing on this Tuesday, Al?
Yeah, Monday results still pending. I thought I was going to turn things around on Sunday with the Pacers, and it was looking good for most of the game, but unfortunately they fell apart there at the end. And yeah, still looking for my bounce back here on Monday, and then hopefully keep it rolling on into Tuesday.
Definitely with Monday pending. Hopefully you kickstart the week bouncing back there. Me as well. Giants did me dirty. Gave up that useless run in the top of the ninth. They still got the win, but useless run in the top of the ninth. Happens in baseball. All right, let's get on to Tuesday's action. First game we're looking at here, we got the Minnesota Twins heading to Tampa to take on the Rays. This is Al's game. He's going to kick us off here on this Tuesday. What do you got for us, Al?
Yeah, we're looking at the Twins here sending Joe Ryan to the mound facing it's going to be Taj Bradley going for the Rays here, who have been hot. And Bradley doesn't have the best numbers coming into this game, but he's been a little better lately. He did have one bad game recently against the Marlins where he gave up 5. But other than that, he's been decent, getting the job done, improving on his numbers, on his early season numbers. But again, I still have to give the pitching edge here to the Twins with Joe Ryan, who's been great all season long. And yeah, the Rays have been hot, but I think Joe Ryan cools them off a little bit here and puts his team in a good spot to win this game on the road here. Also looks like Buxton could be back anytime soon, so look for him to be back in the lineup and help his team out a little bit here. I'll take the Twins on the money line here to kick us off.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you like hearing this one? Twins or Rays here on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think Ryan can have a decent performance for sure here on the road. His numbers are very solid so far this season. Tampa, they're not really smashing here too much, but they're on a hot streak coming into the week for sure. But Minnesota was on a pretty hot run too there, thanks to their pitching all the way through this roster here right now, even down to the bullpens. But I expect improvement here from Bradley. I've commented that on the show as well in a previous start. I think we're seeing a little bit of improvement here, and I think at home it'll be a little bit better. I'm going to go under in the first 5 innings here with Minnesota and Tampa Bay on Tuesday.
Yeah, for me, looking at same kind of thing, Ramon. I'm going to go full game, though, here on the under. Joe Ryan's been definitely pitching well for the Twins. And I think you can you look at the Rays' bats. They have been hot. Just that one. You look at that last game against the Blue Jays. I think they got to the Blue Jays bullpen that was definitely a little bit gassed and ran away with that one on Sunday in that matchup there. So that's not normal for Rays teams scoring 13 runs on the season, averaging. So runs forward been about around the 4 mark for this Rays squad. And you look Minnesota, same thing. So around the 4 mark. So I like the under here, full game. Joe Ryan been pitching well. Bradley, hey, he had that rough start that Al alluded to against the Marlins, but his last start, hey, he went 6 innings, only gave up 4 hits, gave up 1 little home run to the Astros, and got the win there for the Rays in an 8-4 game. But give me the under here, full game in this one on Tuesday. Let's head on over to the next one we got looking at here on the Tuesday slate of the MLB and the Diamond. This is the one I'm looking at here. We got the Yankees taking on the Angels. And you look here in this matchup, you got Tyler Anderson on the bump here for the Angels, and this Angels squad. Hey, they've been playing some pretty good baseball over their last 10 games or so. 8-2 last 10, and hey, in those wins, they've been the dog in most of those games. So should get a nice little plus price here. On the other side of the bump, you've seen Carlos Rodon on the bump here, and I'm going to say over his last 5 games, he's been pretty good. 3-2, 2 ERA, goes about 6 innings. He does have times where he does get himself in trouble with the long ball, does give up a few too many hits, as we have seen against the couple games back where he got pegged for 4 earned runs in that matchup, gave up 8 hits. And the Angels, hey, as I said, winning is dogs. So for me here in this one, if you want, you can probably take the +1.5, but no need. I'm going to take the Angels here to sneak out a win here. I like Tyler Anderson on the bump. He's been pitching well for the Angels this season, and hey, I think he can have himself a good start here against the Yankees. His last time out that he's seen them, he went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, and only 1 earned run in that matchup. I think he can do the same here. Give me the Angels on the money line in this one on Tuesday. Heading on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? Yankees or Angels on Tuesday?
Yeah, I don't know why I remember that game. Judge was hitless, I think, in that game, but was late last year. I remember. I don't know if Tyler Anderson is the number 5 man in this rotation or if he's the ace of this rotation. I think that's a compliment to Tyler Anderson at this point, not the other guys, even though they're all holding their own. I think maybe they ran into a little bit of hiccup there against the Marlins. Maybe we're looking forward to this series a little bit because we know the crowds are starting to come out a little bit to Angel Stadium. So, look, I love what Anderson's done so far. And, the Yankees against the top half of the lineup against lefties, they're kind of been mired in the middle of the league pack, actually. So, Henderson can have a good start here. And with Rodon, look, he's been pretty solid, no doubt, with his numbers of ERA right now, under 3. And this Yankees team has been going under quite a bit here of late, 8 of the last 10 overall heading into this series. So I'm going to go under here on Tuesday with Rodon and Anderson, under with the Yankees and the Angels.
Heading on over to Al. What do you like here in this one? Yankees or Angels on Tuesday?
Yeah, I actually was looking at the under in this one. I think that, as you mentioned, Tyler Anderson has been pitching well against the Yankees. They just have 17 hits and 72 at bats against him. On the other side, Rodon also pitching well against the Angels. They only have 12 hits and 49 at bats against him. So if these guys can show up, I think we see an under here. The Angels, I have been backing them as dogs, a bit lately, and I will wish Rodd the best of luck in this. They cooled off a little bit against the Marlins, unfortunately, so taking a bit of their momentum away. Sure, there will be plenty of value here on Anderson and the Angels, but I think this one is a lower scoring one. I'll take the under in this one.
That wraps up the play on the diamond. Let's head on over to the NBA action we got here on this Tuesday. Hey, we got Game 4 going. We got the Knicks taking on the Pacers here in this one. I see this at 2.5, 3 in some places for the Pacers. This is Ramon's game. Kicking over to Ramon. What it got for us on Tuesday? Pacers or Knicks here in Game 4?
I don't know if Tom Thibodeau got the memo or if it was just overall momentum play because the Pacers maybe were already celebrating a little bit there with that 20-point lead. And, the Knicks were able to get the big bodega to have a big game, and he looked really good, and all of a sudden Siakam couldn't hit his shot. So, look, credit to the Knicks for coming back, grabbing that win. They still need one more here to win this series, and do I think that maybe it'll be a 20-point lead for the Pacers? I don't know about that, but I don't know if the Knicks are going to necessarily outscore them by 28 points in any stretch of game number 4 here. So giving me a short number here, -2.5, I'm going to come in here on the Pacers to win game 4. They still had won 8 of their last 10 overall and 6-2 against the spread now in their last 8. Good job by the Knicks. They've now covered 3 of the last 8 against the Pacers overall in this series. But when they trucked out to Shamet, Wright, and McBride, maybe I was celebrating too there in game 3. So just keep your head on straight, Pacers. You can cover this spread and win this game. I'll take the Pacers here in big game 4 on Tuesday night.
Heading on over to Al. What do you like hearing this one on Tuesday night?
Yeah, as I was saying in the intro, it's definitely disappointed by the Pacers in that last meeting. But I gotta agree with Ramon here. I think that this is you definitely don't want to head back into New York down. Tied at 2 apiece after going up 2-0, stealing home court. So I think that the Pacers do bounce back here, and I agree. They don't necessarily come out and blow these guys out the gate and get that 20-point lead again. But I do think that they get the job done at home here, making a small number. I think it's definitely the right play to just lay it with the Pacers here.
And for me here in this one, I'm going to take the Pacers here in the first half. You look in that game, in Game 3, they had the lead heading into the locker room in that matchup. I was wrong. I figured the Knicks would come out, but I don't think so. I think the Pacers take off in this Game 4 right from the start. We see in the 3 quarters they had the lead up by 10 heading into that 4th quarter. I just don't think they take the foot off the gas. They got out-rebounded a little bit by the Knicks. Give it to the Knicks. They did grab a few more rebounds down the stretch than what the Pacers did. But I think that's just because of motivation-wise. Your back was against the wall. You've also seen that no team has come back in conference play after losing their first 2 home games of the series. So, yeah, definitely. I'll take the Pacers in the first half of that agreement with it. They just continue to run. No 4th quarter collapses here in this one.
As that lead was dwindling, Rod, it seemed like the Pacers weren't hitting the offensive boards at all. They were worried about the Knicks coming down quickly on, and I don't know if that's going to be the case. So get on those offensive boards a little bit. Don't worry about the Knicks as much in transition. You got the speed to keep up with them.
Definitely, exactly right. They were more worried about about that, and they just picked up a few more boards. I mean, it was just a motivation thing there late, but I don't think we see that here. I think we see the Pacers with that big motivation like we've seen in plenty of games. I agree with you there. Hey, that wraps up Tuesday's action we got here. It's covered the spread for you in the 3 games we covered. As always, hey, let us know in the comments section below what you think about these 3 games we covered for you here today. As always, let's do a quick little recap on the 3 games we covered. Heading over to baseball, we first looked at the Twins heading into Tampa to take on the Rays. Al's game, he says take the Twins here in this one. I looked at the Yankees taking on the Angels. We're going to take the Angels here as a dog for my pick. And then Ramon likes the Pacers to bounce back here after their Game 3 loss to get the win and go up 3-1 here in this one on Tuesday. Grab the Pacers laying the points in this one. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you that tunes in to cover the spread daily to these videos. And as always, have yourself a wonderful day. Let's make it a winning one. And what are we doing here? Let's cover the spread.